am an iced red eye guy year round. I don't care if it's 12 degrees out or 92 degrees out, I'm drinking iced coffee. I'm feeling weight. So I always do the extra shot in there, not because of the caffeine, but for that sort of rich nuttiness of flavor that it imparts on the coffee. First thought when I woke up this morning, we have friends coming over for dinner tomorrow night, Saturday, and what do you make? I'm thinking like that kind of roast chicken sort of deal where you make the roast chicken and it's just, when you walk in, it's just sitting there on a cutting board. You're like, oh my God, you already made that? How it smells amazing. How do you guys do it? And you're like, oh, it's no big deal. There are a lot of things I don't eat. I wish I had a more adventurous palate. That's my big weak point as a food guy. I hate bananas. I actually have a banana haters club. My friend Adam Sachs, who's the editor of Sever magazine now, Daniel Ballou. I think we have Martha Stewart in the mix also. I think she's a banana hater. I would love to be a sports radio host. I could just talk that sports nonsense all day. But I like an iced red eye and sports radio. I am as happy as could be. So I'm like, wow, this is these guys' job. They are sitting there and just talking about like the NFL draft for the next 2 hours and getting paid for it. Things have worked out very nicely for me, I would say. I'm not complaining. I would probably say believe in myself a little bit more. It's interesting these days with the youngsters, the millennials. There's a lot of stuff that drives me nuts about them. But one thing I'm impressed with is that they will stand up for themselves. And I wish I probably had done that a bit more early on. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was about 30. Because when I was growing up as a kid, I'd always come down to breakfast in the morning. My parents would be sitting there. I grew up in Washington, D.C. My dad would be reading the Washington Post, and my mom would have her robe and glasses on, and they'd be drinking coffee. And I was just like, wow, grown-ups are boring. I do not want to be a grown-up. You guys are lame. And so I don't think I started drinking coffee until I was about 30. And I vividly remember having just bought a new apartment for myself. I had my bachelor pad. And I had that cool Barcelona chair. And I remember buying a big iced coffee from the coffee place and sitting there in my chair watching the Masters, and I was like, this is the best day of my life.